What's up everyone? It's me, Amber. So today I'm going to introduce a new series that I like to call Story Time. I hope you guys enjoy this little story and let's get to it. So today I want to tell you about a little story that happened to me while I was at work. Yay, work! So some of you may know that I work currently with a company called SafeLink. Now, good old SafeLink is a governmental phone program that helps people with low income or just people who in general can't really afford a cell phone. Helps, what in the world, what is this? Anyway, helps people get a phone. And so basically, if they have any type of governmental benefits, they can find one of us and we can help them get a phone. It happened probably, I'd say, a week after I actually started working with SafeLink. I was out of my training and this lady came up and I was explaining to her about what she needed to do. And so one of the things that we're allowed to take is an EBT card, which is a food stamp card. And we have like this little silver marker. It's basically a silver Sharpie. And what it does is we actually have to take a picture of the card itself. And you know how credit cards are or anything like that. After you run it through a certain amount of times, the numbers kind of get unrecognizable because the paint comes off of them. So we take that marker and we go over top of it. So I was explaining to this lady what I was going to do. She's like, okay, that's fine. Take your time, do whatever you need to do. And I went and I opened up the marker and I was putting it, like as I was getting mark on the numbers so we can see it. And she grabbed the card and started screaming at the top of her lungs after I explained it to her and just ran away. No, we have no idea what she was saying or anything. I mean, she just started screaming and ran. I don't know. My coworker doesn't know. Nobody knows. So there's that one. The other one is like what I like to call, you're coming to my party, right? This man. So we were set up across from a Save-A-Lot, which is basically a grocery store that we have, and we were set up beside it. And well, we were set up beside it in this old abandoned building. It used to be a old Pizza Hut actually, and we had our signs set up, our kiosk, our tent, everything was set up perfectly, right? And we see this guy across the road, and this was before we really even started setting up too much. We had our sign up, but we didn't have anything else up at the time. So we saw him looking over, and he started walking toward the store. And at this point, we knew that he was going to come in and actually come over and talk to us about the phones and stuff. So as we were setting up, my boss was like, oh crap man, I forgot the tent, I'll be right back. So I didn't mind being there. So I was sitting there with the kiosk and the little sign and my little chair, and I had all of our equipment ready for if anybody came up. So I was sitting there, it's been like 15 or 20 minutes from where she left, and she only lives like 2 minutes up the road, if that. So I call her and I'm like, what's going on? Is everything okay? She's like, yeah, I just got hung up, my dad needed something. I was like, okay, that's fine, I'll be here. And she said, okay, I'm on my way. At this time, the guy walks up behind me and he's like, get off that phone, I want to talk to you. Okay, so I'm like, alright, come on over here and I'll give you some information. And I gave him a brochure and I explained to him what all comes with the phone, things like that. And he's all He wraps his arm around me and is like, man, I really like you. You're really cool. You're cool. I'm like, ugh, stop. And at this point, I don't like people being in my bubble anyway, but at this point is when my boss pulls up. And I'm like, oh hey, look over there, it's my boss, she's back. She'll be able to explain a little bit more to you. And he walks over and he's like, hey boss lady, how you doing? Your girl over there? Yeah, she's really cool. She's really cool. When's her next day off? I want to hang out with her. And I look over at her and I'm like, get him away from me. And so, needless to say, she's like, man, I don't know, she doesn't really live around here. She lives a couple hours away. I live right up the road. And he's like, oh well, that's cool too. That's cool. When are you guys gonna be back over here? I'm having a party tonight. She's like, oh that's cool. That's cool that you're having a party. And he's like, yeah man, yeah. I have about 4 other people coming. Just me and the guys. Can she come over? Can she come to my party? She's coming to my party, right? He turns to me. You coming to my party? You want to come to my party? You're coming to my party. So at this point, I'm just like, well, your phone should be delivered to you in the next 3 to 10 days. I hope you have a good day. If anything happens, call this number. And I gave him my work number as well as the company's work number. And he's like, alright, I'll call you. I'll definitely call you because you're coming to my party. You're coming to my party. Yeah, you're coming to my party. And so he walks away and my boss is like, dude, what was that? I was like, I don't know. He's been here for about 5 minutes before you came. And she's like, well, I guess you can call that perfect timing. And I mean, it's just crazy. This stuff happens all the time at that job. And normally, we always stay in teams, especially the females. They normally pair us up with another guy or someone that is at least armed with something. And this is one of those days that didn't happen. And I don't even know. But it's funny because people will just come up and hug you and try to kiss you and everything. I'm just like, no, go away. Lots of interesting things have happened with that job, and if anything else interesting happens, I will definitely be telling you guys because it's interesting. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the first little edition of story time. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will get back to you in the next episode. See you later.